But when we look at the background information respected to each person's worldview, out of which those propositions are invoked, then they would be mutually contradictory. So, for example, if I
the
hold to
foundational
worldview,
beliefs are-
if I hold to worldview A, and A would represent what is ultimate and from which all possibility derives, and you hold to worldview B, and we
which
both
are
come along and
identical.
we say the sky is blue, and if we're just walking our dogs and just being casual, it's superficial. But if we're gonna have a serious philosophical discussion here, and I'm speaking from worldview A, you speak from worldview B, and we both say the sky is blue, we are not saying the same thing, because inherent and implicit within those statements is the background information. Okay, and so it would be like saying, I say to you while walking the dog, the sky is blue if and only if in virtue of ultimacy A. Okay? And your position would be, upon examination, the sky is blue if and only if in virtue of ultimacy B. Now, those two propositions are contradictory. Okay?
Yeah, those would be contradictory.
Right, but the point is,
Yeah, but that's not. I don't even think he holds that belief. Like, it doesn't seem. Just, I don't think it's true of all worldviews. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not true of all worldviews.
When we're speaking, unless we're being very superficial or trivial, if we're having a substantive dialogue and debate, unless we have a shared worldview, then the propositions are implicitly and inherently in contradiction to each other.
And this cannot be refuted.
Yeah, that doesn't follow. That was the dumbest thing I've heard. All that is required is that the two paradigms are not incommensurable.
Okay,
steelman my position. Can you, Judge Venus, can you steelman my position?
Look, the problem is going to be, if we have one proposition that both agents affirm, listen, Dart, when I speak, you shut up and you listen, okay? So, if we have two agents,
down here on
if you talk again, I'll mute you, okay?
Go ahead,
shut up,
I don't care. I'll
and
go
you're
to
going to listen.
Right.
Look, don't make me... I didn't want to mute you, right? Because I know you always want an excuse to run away, right? But when I speak, you don't cut me off, right? We can have two agents. Both of those agents can assert that a proposition is true, right? And it doesn't matter whether they share the same paradigm or not. It doesn't even matter whether they inferred that single proposition from a set of different premises, right? If under both of their network of belief that proposition is true, that means they share the same belief. Now you just arbitrarily made up this distinction between superficial and substantial, right? All that follows is that they share the same belief, right? And if they can further deduce things from that proposition, they can have a meaningful discussion, regardless what else they have in the background. As long as they agree on things like a logic, probably like a probability calculus, depending on the nature of the conversation, right? If they're going to be engaging in inductive reasoning or abductive reasoning, right? That's all that's required. It's not required that they share the very same paradigm. If that's what you meant by worldview.
I think, hold on, I think he's saying, yeah.
Okay, you actually
did not rebut my position. All you simply argued for is that if people have shared beliefs, they have shared beliefs. That's all you basically said. You were very verbose about it, okay? Now, you did not steal my position, or did you
clearly,
or you're over talking.
You clearly did not track anything.
You're now over talking. So now what you're now being abusive. Now, I put a note down in your account. The last couple of times I encountered you, you were abusive. So I wrote it down in your account, right? Now, you did not steal my position. Number two, you didn't actually offer a rebuttal to my position. All you simply said is, well, it's not necessary that they have a shared worldview. If they have a shared belief, that's all. All you simply did was restate the position. You didn't actually defend it. Now, I'm going to ask you a very specific question. Are propositions that are ontologically true, are they worldview specific?
No, it doesn't mean for a proposition to be ontologically true.
Okay, can you answer the question,
please?
I'm asking you to clarify the question.
What do you want me to clarify?
Well, does it mean for it to be ontologically true?
It
is the case. It's not just conceptual.
No, so what's the difference between it being true and it being ontologically true?
If I say the sky is blue, It is equivalent to me saying to somebody, it is true the sky is blue. I am
Well, that's
positing
interesting.
that
I'm
the
asking you what you
proposition
mean
is
by
true. Okay,
ontological
listen
truth.
to me. Can you not overtalk me?
Well,
I
I'm
know
asking
you
you
have
to
a history
clarify
of
your question.
behavior, okay? This is your little go-to phrase. Now, I ask the
What?
question. If a proposition is asserted to be true in actuality, okay, are propositions thus worldview and necessarily specific?
I don't understand the question.
Are propositions,
do they depend and derive for their actuality and intelligibility in virtue of the worldview that they are spoken from?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
He's saying,
are you
what's the difference?
asking?
I'll dumb it
Are
down
you
for you.
asking?
Okay, since you think you're so smart, I'll
Well,
explain it to you.
no,
Our
you're just spewing a
propositions and
lot of
statements
gibberish.
facts. Okay,
So-
no, it's not gibberish. See, now you're trolling again. This is your go-to.
Look, when I say I don't understand the question, you rephrase the question without being rude and say you're gonna dumb it down. Or else I'm just gonna claim that you're spewing gibberish. Okay? Now the question I
Remix.
asked you is, what is ontological truth, right? What is the difference between truth and ontological truth? Do you have a specific theory of truth in mind? Or is there a meaningful difference between truth and ontological truth? Or are you just talking about truth? Okay? And I didn't even get to respond to the thing I said about paradigms, because that seems to have gone over your head, right? So I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to let you clarify your question. And then I'm going to repeat what I said about the paradigms. And then I'm going to answer your question. Okay? Go ahead.
okay, here's what I want.
Everyone in the room to know, okay? I wrote down in a note, even before I was in here today. Okay, here's what I wrote down in my.
Listen, nobody gives a shit about this, right? Just repeat your question, right? What is the difference between truth and ontological truth?
Abusive, okay? You're not letting me speak. So.
Look, I don't want you to cry about the meta, right? Just clarify your question, okay? I'm not your daddy. I don't care about your complaints, right? Just rephrase the question in a way that's not filled with gibberish so I can answer. Oh, fuck, he left.